The Shak50 is now the strongest weapon for the heavy class, but while on the surface performing with this AR seems easy, there is one hidden aspect of this weapon most players don't even know, and that's keeping them from achieving full mastery of the Shak. So stick around because what I'm about to share might just change the way you play this weapon. I know I'm a little late to the party on this one, but I wanted to go beyond the surface and really understand this weapon before breaking it down for you. After spending an entire week putting the Shak50 through its paces, I've learned everything there is to know about maximizing its power. From stats to strategies and the perfect gadget to pair with, I've got you covered. So whether you're new to the heavy class or just looking to fresh up playstyle, stick around. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly why the Shak50 deserves a spot in your arsenal. Let's jump right into it. Let's start with the basics. The Shak50 is a heavy class assault rifle designed to dish out explosive damage in short bursts. It excels in close range combat, but is versatile enough to adapt to various situations. Here's the breakdown. It deals 30 damage per shot, making it the highest damage out of all the automatic weapons in the game. This raw power makes it ideal for overwhelming your enemies with sheer force. A rate of fire of 420, slower than most automatic weapons, but with a more impactful punch. A 20 rounds magazine offering solid 2.8 seconds uptime before needing a reload. Talking about reload, we have a 2.4 seconds for the tactical one and a 3.2 on an empty reload, so make sure to time your reloads between engagements. And for accuracy, we have a tight spread with manageable recoil, especially when firing in controlled bursts. Now let's talk about the time to kill. Against the light class, we have a 0.57 seconds requiring 5 shots to down an enemy, or 0.43 seconds with 4 headshots. Against the medium class, 1.14 seconds with 9 shots needed, or 0.71 seconds with 6 headshots. Against the heavy class, finally, 1.57 seconds, demanding 12 shots to bring them down, or 1 second flat with 8 headshots. Here's where the Shak50 stands out. It has the fastest TTKs of any heavy class weapon, beaten only by the SA-1216 against lights and mediums. However, when it comes to heavies, the Shak reigns supreme. The SA-12 requires 5 shots to take down a heavy, which increases its TTK due to the downtime needed to rotate the mag after the 4th shot. This makes the Shak50 the most consistent choice for tackling any class. Add the fact that the Shak50 has 5 more meters of optimal range, making it the better pick out of the two for most engagements. Now here's the hidden aspect of the Shak50 that most players overlook. We all know that each time you pull the trigger, 2 shots are fired side by side from the barrel. But here's the catch. They don't travel parallel to each other. Instead, the bullets gradually spread outward the further they travel. At longer ranges, the distance between these bullets can grow to several pixels. What does this mean for gameplay? It makes hitting precise headshots a bit trickier. To maximize your chances, you'll need to aim perfectly for the center of the enemy's head, ensuring both bullets land where it matters the most. Additionally, aiming for body shots at longer distances gives us a higher damage output if you're not confident in landing headshots consistently. Yes, headshots have a 1.5 multiplier, but if only 1 bullet lands, it'll still deal less damage than 2 body shots. So adjust your aim depending on the range and situation to get the most out of this weapon. Now that we know the stats, let's talk about how to use the Shak50 effectively. This weapon shines when you play to the strength of the heavy class, durability and area control. Here are some tips to dominate. Stay at a distance where you can maximize damage while minimizing vulnerability to longer range weapons. The recoil is manageable, but at longer ranges, long sprays can hurt your accuracy, so tap fire or burst fire for best results. Use your heavy class durability to hold positions or lead charges while laying down suppressive fire. With 20 rounds, you've got decent uptime, but always reload before pushing into another fight. The Shak50 isn't about flashy plays, it's about consistency and control. Play smart and you rack up kills while being the backbone of your team. The Shak50 is a powerhouse weapon on its own, fitting perfectly into the heavy class meta. Using the meta picks is not only the best idea, but shines even further thanks to the Shak. He's a setup that not only enhances the weapon's capabilities, but also gives you a strategic edge in any match. You can use C4, Place it next to the cash out station to create a trap. Use quick melees to make the cash out fall directly onto the C4, rendering it indestructible until you're ready to detonate it for maximum impact. This setup allows you to stop any attempts at stealing while keeping control of the station. The RPG is excellent for opening or finishing damage, but it truly shines when used against multiple enemies. Using it on a single enemy can feel like a waste, but that depends entirely on the situation. Do not hesitate to fire it at a lone target if it could secure a clutch play or turn the tide of a round. Assess each situation carefully to make the most of this gadget. And finally, the Dome Shield, which since day one the Dome Shield has been one of the best gadgets for the heavy. Its ability to take space or deal damage to opponents while keeping you invulnerable makes it arguably the best gadget in the game, and this is the only must pick on this list. This combination allows you to control the battlefield and secure objectives while maximizing the Shak50 raw power. After a week of shredding with the Shak50, I've gotta say it's an absolute workhorse for the heavy class player. Its unmatched versatility and raw damage output make it a top tier choice for anyone looking to dominate the battlefield. If you're looking for a weapon that delivers a consistent damage, excels at close range, and fits perfectly with the tanky playstyle, this is it. Remember to focus on positioning, control burst, and pairing it with the right gadgets to maximize its effectiveness. Trust me, once you get the hang of it, the Shak50 will become a key part of your arsenal. If this guide helped you level up your game with the Shak50, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more tips and tricks in the finals. The rest of this video will be gameplay, so I hope you enjoy. Anyway, thanks for watching, and that being said, I'll see you next time.